Where is she?
Come on back, peaceful.
Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
Hello, family, and welcome to Collective Enlightenment. It is Friday night, and we are your hosts of the Collective.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Paradigm.
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad.
And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but I know I'll try. Just as we stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping
Okay, welcome to a Friday night with Collective
Yes,
Enlightenment.
yes,
All
yes.
right, we had to get that started in that way. I hope y'all was here to hear it because, baby, it's all we got. It's all we got. You know, this is still Black History Month. If people have not forgotten, have it hasn't slipped by. While the world is going through its trials and tribulations, don't forget we are still overcoming. We are still rising. We are still creating freedom. We don't have to ask no more. We don't have to fight. We don't have to flee anymore. We have to build. So tonight, you welcome to an episode of Collective Enlightenment, where you will be hearing about what we are up to. I'm one of your hosts, El Ruby Thomas, also known as the Crypto Queen of Harlem, with my co-host in house, the Gold Banker. What's up now? Tell them what you want to tell them. Surprise
Peace
attack.
and blessings, family. Yes, most definitely. This is Black History Month, and you didn't even make mince of the words. We are still in the process. We are still in the struggle, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what everyone needs to realize.
I
There's
told you
light
I
at
ain't
the end of
struggling. I don't struggle no more. I don't struggle no more. I love it. Grand Rising family and good evening. Greetings to all. And no matter where you are, we got you. This place is where you are. One step to wealth is in the house. Yes, love you, family. Mwah. Yes.
Good to
We
see
got
you,
this
sis. Good to see you.
and it's not just a conversation. This is a plan. And this is a night to plan how we're going to step forward. Some things are happening though in the world. We don't want to make light of what's going on around us and being aware, of what is taking place. But like my mama used to say back in the day, don't fall for the okie doke. It ain't all your business. You know what I'm saying? Always mind your business. Be minding your business. Okay. All right. So let's
That
get
is
it
the way
popping.
to get through. That is a way
Well,
to get through.
yeah,
Mind your business,
exactly.
because
I know
you
people
are
take that
responsible.
offense to that sometimes.
They shouldn't. You
That's
really shouldn't
right.
take offense to that statement, because the reason you are who you are is because you are who you are. And I don't know if everyone understands that statement. You are who you are because you've decided that's who you were going to be. And if you're worrying about the person to the left of you or to the person to the right of you, you're not taking care of the person in the middle. That's you. And
All right
that's
now.
not to say you shouldn't take care of your people or your brothers and sisters, but you can't save anybody if you're drowning. You know, you can't save anybody if you're the one drowning.
Okay, so let's go back to my saying. Look, every few years I get a different saying. It was early on in my 20s. It was like, don't let nobody waste your time. Don't let nobody sleep on your time. Because I was really in the point of people just kind of hanging out in your life in your 20s. In my 30s, it was like, look, don't drag because it's only you that's gonna be left behind. Everybody gonna leave you. Okay. And the bottom line is as I began to mature, I began to understand it's not about anybody else but you. So first thing we had to do was love you first, love you fierce. That was in my early 40s. Now I'm gonna let you know right now very clearly. Since I've become very financially aware, stop trying to save everybody. You better fill the holes in your boat before you go trying to pull people out the water. Sinking ships don't save drowning people. And that's a fact. So it's time to mind
Absolutely.
our business and get down to business. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get it popping. What we up to? Talk to me,
Well,
baby. Talk to me.
well, tonight, we had this conversation briefly this morning, and we started to go in, but that wasn't the right platform for it.
All right.
We would we were talking about Russia, uh, Russia, the Ukraine, and the U.S. government, and their answer to everything that has since ensued. It's funny when you say right off the jump,
Mm-hmm.
It's all about dollars and cents. It's all about dollars and cents.
All I know is I want to know what is under. Is it Kiev?
It's
What
key.
is sitting? What is Kiev sitting on in a natural resource that Russia has got to have? That's what I want to know. You know, it's going back to the resources. You don't go killing and bombing people out of their home and
Not
then
at all.
threaten anybody else. You don't threaten anybody else who dares to get in your way while you bully a smaller piece of land for nothing. I'm sorry. Y'all know there's something under there that they want. Y'all know there's something under there that they absolutely have to have their hands on. And that's why they playing bully. And they will fight anybody for it, is what they've
And you
said.
know what? And not to. I don't understand. I can't say I understand it all, but
Hmm.
Putin actually got President Putin, the president of Russia, Mr. Putin, got
Putin.
on air and boasted highly how he would defend his right to retake
Yep.
retake the Ukraine status because
Exactly.
the Ukraine belongs to Russia.
Baby, you know what that's about.
That
All right,
sounds
people, look.
more like
It sounds like the okey doke, and I'm gonna share something with
I'm
you. It's
sure it
been
is.
going on for a while. Another thing is you know what? I'm just gonna say this. Our governments, the response that the governments around the world have had, basically, they don't care. They really don't care. They took financial sanctions action. If it was that important, if there was something under there that the Russians really needed, and that the United States and all these other countries, we'd be bombing the hell out of their asses. Use my language. Here's I mean, be
You don't
cussing.
understand.
But I'm gonna be real with you. We would be in there like fighting, head on, inside the fight, all up in there. No one's in
Actually,
there like it was ours, and we
we
had
would have
nothing
brought
to
the
do with
fight
it.
to him. The U.S. would have brought the fight to him as soon as he said, "If you get in my way, I'm going to take
Exactly.
all the force necessary to
Exactly.
defend our rights as Russian
Look,
citizens."
look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Biden, this whole process looks like Biden fighting Mike Tyson. It looks like it's like he's like, and we will take full force action. First, he came out kind of rough. You know, he's kind of like the big mouth talking, like, yo, the United States is not gonna put up with this. Russia better not come out at us and do anything. We will be putting our full force of our protection. Our people are safe. Our people are fine. Those poor people in Kiev, I can't help that. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that
Our
we need to go
protection,
do what
our
we used
people
to
are
do.
safe. Our people are fine.
Alvin, honey, you're
But
echoing, honey.
before
You
people,
can't have the sound up. So the bottom line of all the matter is we got to realize something. We've had a history of things. We have gone in and fought fought battles. We stayed out of fights. We got into fights, and every bit of it has been strategic. I'm trying to remind people, we're not superheroes. America is not the superhero country. Stop believing that, please. Stop with the whole good, evil, good, bad. Good. We've got to stop that. We've been set to think a certain way through propaganda, through ways of thinking, so that we would join in the fight. They could get our approval as the people. My question is how does any of this benefit us, the people, the actual people? How does what's happening in Kiev actually affect the people that are there? How do the Russian have anybody seen any Russians in in sanctity? They fighting, they putting their hands up in the street, going, yeah, get them. Anybody see any of that stuff? That
Not a
camaraderie,
single
agreement
one.
with this Putin action? Anybody seen any of the people in Russia jumping for joy on this one, saying, yes, let's go get this done?
Now
Do you know
you got to
why?
understand.
Do you understand why? These are their relatives. These are their cousins. Anybody forget that? These are their relatives. They on the same plot of land.
Absolutely. Also, you got to remember when Russia decides to doing what it's doing, Russia has what's called state-run television. They have state-run television that is run by the people. Well, no, run by the country. So they put out what they want to put out. They let you see what you need to see or what they need you to see. Because I'm sure there's some conversations going on that don't match up with what's being seen on our side of the world.
These are government actions. These are not actions of the Russian people, which will have a very negative connotation on the people in other countries right now. All those Russian people who are in other countries right now may not be doing very, very well. And these are lateral movements that have to do with government decisions, not in best place for their people. It's in best place for whatever the government has decided for its people. See, we live a certain way in this country, and I need everyone to look around and see that. We want people to understand what you're looking at. My heart goes out to the people in Kiev. I keep
absolutely.
So I'm trying to get it correct because I don't want to mix it up with Kiev. Okay, so now that I know better, I'm trying to do better. I want you guys to understand that when we, your heart, all the videos, I think at one point there was no video of what was going on. And then at another point, there was like tons of videos in a line. People sent multiples in one stream of what they were eyewitnessing there.
Absolutely.
My question to you and me, who's actually there? How much of the propaganda can we get involved with, truly? Who knows the story?
Well,
because I haven't seen the people uprising.
No, there were no people in the streets. The last article that I saw was from an American broadcaster for CBS of one of the Eastern Bloc affiliates. And I got to say Eastern Bloc because she wasn't someone I recognized, and that's what they said. Well, we're here. We're hunkered down in a hotel, and we went out to take some pictures. She showed a few tanks. She didn't see, there was no one on the street. She had alluded to the fact that she was very tired. I'm like, you're tired? Okay. I'm like, okay, you're on doing a broadcast, but you're very tired. Mm-hmm. And she also alluded to the fact that people were told who weren't from the Ukraine to stay within wherever they are staying and hunker down.
To shelter in place. That's what she said. Shelter in place.
To shelter in place.
Remember, we were told the same thing during Corona.
Yeah.
Shelter in place.
We just didn't have any tanks running up and down our street blowing stuff up.
Absolutely not.
And that makes it makes me wonder, with that attached to it, how the president of Kyiv said it's okay for you to take arms up and take on, but you're in a military state.
What he said was that what was said was that they were entailing martial law. First of all, they were employing martial law. They were imposing martial. Thank you. So many words. Imposing martial law, and they were giving their citizens. They were suggesting that the citizens take up arms. So they had passed the law that citizens could take up arms. Then we just found out about the ban on adult males travel. Adult males of a certain age travel. Why now? Why would you ban travel? Say that again.
Males 16 years and older cannot travel.
No, not all 16 and older. Actually, it was a certain age group.
I think it was 16 to 18 or 16.
No. And this is one of the things that I want us to do. Don't believe anything we say, everyone. Look it up.
No, go check it out.
This is news.
This is information for you to go.
This is information being pulled together from real news stories that we're getting. And we're not getting it from, private section. I'm not getting it from Facebook. We're getting it from real news outlets that are there, that are reporting on this. And some of them are even from Washington. I understand one thing. Thank you, Ace. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was 18 to 60. That's what I told. They told them that not to travel in case they have to draft them. Now,
I'm
if you have
sorry.
bombs, if you and your family got bombs going off, thank you. Al, go ahead.
You just said
Thank you.
18 to 60.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
have relatives age 50 and I can't see them going to war at all. Good evening, Miss
You're
Allen. How
50,
are
and
you?
I can't see them drafting you.
First of
That
all, I
would hurt
can't
my
see them
feelings.
drafting anybody after 40. That is craziness.
Come on now, people. Look, we
So
got to
pretty much
stay
what
on
you're
this
doing
thing.
is telling people at age 60, we're making you a martyr. So we have all the excuses we need to do what we need to do.
Unfortunately,
I'm
they
sorry.
were
I know
not
there's some
prepared
hefty
for this.
60-year-olds.
First of all, they were not prepared for this. They were not
No.
prepared in any way to. Kiev was not prepared to take on this kind of. Is one they cannot retaliate in any way efficiently. They're basically stuck in their space. Why this is so important and so detrimental to Putin seems to be a little shaky. It's a little shaky because they've been in existence. I'm gonna tell you, since 1940s, hasn't been a problem with these people being here.
Not at all.
All of a sudden, we don't hear anything. There's no uprisings. There's no, big to do, nothing. And all of a sudden, they got to go, and we got to all, and the world has to stand there while this takes place. So while I'm not saying, go stick our nose in it, letting y'all know, do not think that I'm saying we should be sending our troops to here and there and everywhere. I'm still wondering why, where this is coming from. Why people ain't thinking a little further. Look, bottom line, I'm not going to be a politician anytime soon. That's not my world. Okay? But when it comes to strategy, when it comes to protection of land, I'm not stupid. I can play chess. You get what I'm saying? When it looks like somebody's just a little too excited about something and willing to go a little bit harder and unnecessarily hard, I want to know why.
Absolutely. There's got to be. What is it of value that's there? Is it a stronghold?
It's scary, ain't it? Because when they was trying to take over, remember Cuba? The Cuban missile. What happened? What happened with the Cuban missile? What happened with
the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, I don't know what you said. The Cuban Missile Crisis. What was it? Russia and China both wanted to put missiles in Cuba at the same time. And the U.S. said,
where's Cuba?
Over my dead body.
Where's Cuba?
90 miles from the Florida coastline.
So
90 miles from the Florida coastline.
While that was definitely in our interest. Okay?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
America stepped up and said, over my dead body, you will put any missile silos from any of you guys. And all of you were communists at the time.
Full force. You know this as a point in time. We gotta. Someone said this is what Whoopi Goldberg was talking about. Look at this, and that's right. It says this is what Whoopi Goldberg is talking about: white versus white. In one side has no problem wiping them off the face of the earth.
Look, sometimes they say fact is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, because I have people scared. Look, there's people out here who are scared. They don't know what they're looking at. They're turning on their news, and it's like we've been transported back to 1942. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
So instead of Hitler, we got Putin.
Who's next? Who is he coming after next? Because he actually threw out a bully sign. He might as well threw up some gang signs when he said, "I dare you to come back. I dare you to come out and do something about this." While we out here having our brawl, you better stay back, or I'm gonna come after you.
I really want to know what's under the table. Because when he did the first bully, our president moved 7,000 troops to the border of the Ukraine and
Okay.
positioned them. You positioned troops at the border and you allowed him to do this. Don't know why, but you got 7,000 of
Okay,
our
wait.
countrymen
Which
standing
president?
there.
Which president?
Oh, Mr. Biden.
Oh, because let's not forget, this has not been a problem. It didn't just come up. Hey, okay. And in the
I don't know
house
if it
is
just
the
came up, but hey, and the other thing I wonder is this actually a chess play?
HD in the house.
My brother, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, everybody. How y'all doing?
Peace and blessings. All right. Today we're touching on some. So this is our theme is today is our Black history, but we are touching on some of what's going on because we as the people here have to know what we're looking at. We got to also realize that this is the okie doke. We're dealing with what's happening with the Kiev issue with Kiev and Russia, and this bullying. I mean, just watching a bully take place around us and not question, especially because this is not a mindless bully, guys. Keep that in mind. Anybody recognize the Russians aren't mindless?
No, this is strategic.
Yeah, this isn't emotional. This is strategic. There's something behind this. Now, one of two things could be taking place. There could be. Go ahead, Hutch.
Obviously, I posted an article on my Facebook earlier. It was talking about how Russia and China is getting away from the dollar, and basically how they're separating themselves because they're finding out, that the dollar has no meaning out here due to the BRIC system. The BRICS is basically Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They have their own monetary system. So when their monetary system came kicking into play, they were trying to take over and basically push out the reserve currency, which is the United States dollar.
Okay, he just explained everything that's going on. Does anybody else understand that? And which actually, what do we always say whenever there's a problem you don't understand? Wait, what do we say when there's a problem you don't understand? What do you have to do?
Find out where the money is.
There you go. Follow the money.
So now you're saying instead of having a G7 that has all the control, we're looking at a G5.
Yeah, a G5, a big G5, because basically, like, you got to think about Brazil has nice gold mines. Russia and China have been collecting gold, a whole lot of gold these past couple of 3, 4, 5 years now. So gold is one of the major top players in any international business that you do, because gold holds standards and holds its values.
Thank you. Now he's not talking about ETFs. He's talking about gold, physical gold. They're not holding on to, or they're not hoarding, or I call it hoarding because it's really fun. They're not hoarding ETFs or paper gold. They're hoarding the stuff we've been telling y'all for the last 3 years you need to be saving in and putting away and putting away for your family, because this dollar been dying for the last 40 years.
Mm-hmm. And America has been off the gold standard since 1971.
I'm in that age group. Okay, since I
want you to think
before
about it.
I was born, it was no good.
Nixon, it wasn't even his call. It was the Treasury's call to take us off the standard.
Yeah.
So that they could print more money, so they could create more excess to buy for goods and service on a fictitious piece of paper.
Yeah.
That we call the dollar.
It gave them omnipotent power over it. Unfortunately, it didn't give any control to its flow or value.
But it also gave them control because at the time, the U.S. was the strongest military force in line, so everyone had to fall in line with what the currency was.
Is the U.S. what it used to be?
Oh, far from it.
Perceived.
Due to when Obama was in office in 2012, he reduced the service being a whole lot, especially the Air Force, the Navy, military, the whole military forces. He reduced them I remember back in 2010, I was trying to get into the service and the Air Force service, and it was harder for me to get in because basically due to Obama's putting in an order of reducing the factor of the military units.
Right.
So it's
He
not.
pulled them home. He started pulling everybody home.
Yeah, so he started putting everybody home, so it
Right.
reduced the jobs and the jobs and stuff inside the military unit.
Exactly. One of the things was okay. So one of the things that gives you power when you're playing on a chessboard is how expanded your positions are. If your positions are all
Absolutely.
huddled around you, they can't really get into places to make it so strategic for you to get to your locations. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if everything is huddled around the queen to try to protect her, eventually that if that's all you're doing, you're never getting to the other queen to win the game.
Speaking of Queen, didn't Queen Elizabeth died on the 22nd?
Oh
Queen
no, I didn't know.
Elizabeth?
I know she was ill.
Hold up.
I knew she
We
was
will
ill,
find
but
out.
she was scheduled to make an appearance. What was it? On tomorrow, she's scheduled to make an appearance. I think at Abbey Hall. I didn't know she passed away.
Well, we're going to find out momentarily because we have the magic Google.
Yeah, but they did say she was under the weather. But I gotta admit, I like the way how the British tells news when it comes to their royal family. It's always very touchy-feely.
She had COVID?
They said she had it, but she said she was
tested positive. ABC News says she tested positive for COVID 4 days ago. I'm sorry, on the 5th.
Okay, that was the 5th. Today's the 20.
Yeah.
The 25th. Anything about her passing?
No, I don't see it.
Expectations. They're talking about, these are conversations about what would happen or what is to happen.
Yeah.
And people keep forgetting that is, succession is a big deal. That's a huge deal.
I'm not of the British life, but I would
get a black queen.
I would love to see Jamila get to be the queen. Jamila, the one that Prince Charles is married to?
No.
Because she's not royalty at all. Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
The one that Prince Charles is married to currently.
Prince Charles.
Yes.
Work with me, y'all.
Because he moved right in.
To a black woman?
He moved in. Huh? He's married to he's married to a Brit.
Okay.
But she's not. The queen was supposed to move her up in status.
Right? You mean Prince Harry?
No, Harry's another one. Harry is out.
One of the things that was supposed to take place is that one of the sons was supposed to succeed his father. His Prince Charles was never supposed to become king. It was supposed to become one of his sons. This was a news story for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Sorry, bub.
But Charles is actually the one in line, actually scheduled. He should be in line. But if they want the son, what can you do? We don't have a say in it, but I'm just tickled by it.
Oh my!
I want Charles and Jamila to get into that place. I want to see the royal family tweak out.
Oh, God. Okay, first of all, I don't wish anything bad on anybody. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah. Charles also has. I think that he also may have COVID as well. He tested positive for COVID as well. Wow. And they're kind of taking a step back, and I pray for their family because this is. I don't care what anyone says. These are people. Had a whole talk on stereo today about the death penalty. Some guy had a weird idea about what should happen with people, an eye for an eye. And I'm thinking, we're in the trouble we have as human beings on this planet right now because people have so little regard for life. There are people who are dying over a fight that wasn't their own. Yet their homes are being bombed right now. Yep. Their families are being dismayed. From what we can see, I have not been to Kyiv. Anybody been been to Kiev? Anybody who
No.
has a relative friend or someone who is actually there in Kiev, we hope that
I
you
haven't
reach
been there
out
in
to
the
us.
last 40 some odd years, but I'm okay with that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying because to be honest, we don't know what's going on. We see what is being presented. That makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah.
We can only go by what the broadcast. And I gotta admit, some of the stuff that you see is propaganda.
Yes,
There's
yes,
gonna be a little propaganda in the mix.
and it is
What
for us.
what did they say? I think the term is called yellow news.
Oh,
I think the term is called yellow news.
wow,
Yeah,
yellow
they put out
news.
what they want you to see
Mhm.
because it
Uh-huh.
benefits their cause. It benefits their cause, so they put that much out.
Did
Call that
anybody?
fake news here.
I wanted to anybody see that movie with Michael B. Jordan last year, the Tom Clancy movie where it's kind of
Who's a
like this.
firefighter?
Nah, he was a Marine Corps.
Oh,
He was,
no remorse.
yeah,
No
no
remorse.
remorse.
Oh
Great
Yeah,
yes,
movie.
no remorse. I love it. Yellow.
yeah,
They call it yellow journalism. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep, Yellow Journal.
Jeezy Doctor forever. Love it.
TV Doctor. I like that name. I
That's what's
really do.
up. I'm digging that name for real. Look, the bottom line, I want everybody to understand is we are on this thing called a planet until somebody comes up with another damn place we can go to and actually live there and not destroy. We're here.
Well,
This
you
it.
got Elon. You got Elon and Bezos trying to go to Mars. So
I'm excited for them.
Yeah.
Try as you may. Mars still doesn't have an atmosphere. I don't care how much money you got. He'll live a lifetime before he ever sees that dome get put up and be able to sustain it
Somebody will
somehow.
get that dome eventually will get
Okay,
up by somebody. It
by
may have the
probably about
diesel
3 or
name
4
on it, but
generations, probably 3 or 4 generations. But in the meantime, while we are all here, we gonna have to all give a dag about each other.
absolutely,
That's how we
absolutely.
gonna have to get along. We're gonna have to do something to change the world for your everybody. This is what collective enlightenment is all about. We come here to enlighten each other and also to share, what we can do. This is not just a talk show. We don't just talk. We come up with ways to get to stuff. We try to help folks out. That's what
There are
that's what
solutions out
P2G is about. You know, this is not just a
there.
conversation. You can get on the View, and I love watching the View occasionally. Well, actually, I say when I watch it, it's exciting, but I don't watch it enough because I really don't know who half them people is.
I
But
want, I want
anyway, to be honest, go
well,
ahead.
speaking of protecting this planet, I definitely want to give a shout out
Yes,
to the Master of Manifestation, Miss JoJo.
yes.
At least when I'm using my browser, I'm at least planting trees to help help the planet. Right now, I'm currently on a planet over 32 trees in my Brave browser with my
Oh,
Reforest app.
wait. Hold up. How you not do? Wait. You doing all of that? Ain't telling nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, you holding it in the cut from the team.
That's what I'm
So,
talking about. Don't talk about
no,
it. Be
go
about
to
it.
class.
That's
Like,
right.
like, like we always tell them, go to class, man. JoJo,
Come to class.
she's a wonderful teacher with this nature walk, man, this naturalist walk. So I'm following the leader. Shout out Miss JoJo Campbell, man, for real.
Uh,
That's the truth.
Miss JoJo
That's
in the
what.
building. Miss JoJo in the
Yes,
building.
yes. Master of
Oh man.
manifestations. That's right. Yeah, 32 trees. That's what's up. We got some love for you, bro. We got some love for you. Yes.
Miss Chocolate, I know you
And
got some out there too. I know you
yeah, I
got
was
some
gonna
trees.
say Miss Chocolate talking. She got some trees.
I
All
know you
right.
got some trees in the building.
What I'm excited about is, I need to make a bit of an announcement because the month of March is Women's Month, and that's a focus on women's accomplishments and really talking about how far women have come as a
Pain
species, but as people in this world and what we do to contribute. Now, while we do not do this alone, in the month of March on Sundays we will be having events. We will be having
No,
conferences to showcase
Uncle Pain.
the activities and the accomplishments of people who happen to be women and our counterparts, men of value in our lives and around our lives. Now they don't have to be their loved ones. You're going to find out that some of them are partners, some of them are business partners, some of them are life partners. There's going to be people coming from all walks of life in this conversation. We have been really looking forward to having this month be filled with events. So you'll have Sundays at 5 with the Black Girls Do Crypto live. where you will be able to come to a either master class, kind of a TED Talk type of situation for different things from business to creation, arts, and development, as well as presentations of new things that are being developed. We're actually still pulling together our list of speakers for the month. So it's every Sunday. It's going to be from 5 to 7, and you get to either be in the audience or you can come on in and be a part of the live Zoom space where it's a conversation and everyone gets to partake. I'm looking forward to it. If you would like to book what you're up to in the world, whether it's your business, your project, a new invention, what have you, we want you to come and talk about it. Share with people. Tell them it's there so they can support. Because until we start supporting each other, until we know what's going on, how do we support one another?
Absolutely.
Get it?
Each one
That's
teach one.
collective enlightenment. That's right. This world only grows when we talk to each other. Communication changes everything. So that was my announcement. I just got to say thank you to my brother right here, Hush D, who happens to be a phenomenal. Yesterday's class, I'm not going to lie, we did a master class and I love it. He does it once a month and he taught us some really cool things going on in the world of metaverse development. If you don't know about the metaverse, you need to be on P2G's University because we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be showing some pictures, but then I'm going to share with you what you can do with it when you come to this man's class. I'm not going to do it with you. I'm just going to let you know there's some great things that I've been up to and show you what's been coming because I've been in his class and I've been developing some really cool stuff and so have some other people.
Look,
so we're going to kind of
this
show
class
off
has
our
been the best.
this
I will
Sunday
say, my brother's class has been the best investment I've ever put into cryptocurrency, the metaverse, and digital real estate. Best class.
Yes, yes.
Also,
I'm excited.
also, hold on, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
Come here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we see? Can we see?
I tell you, man. That's your cohort.
Yeah. I just want to let everybody know the Black History Museum will be metaverse will be open on Tuesday next week. So if you guys want to take a tour through, you guys can definitely
Can we get a taste? Can we get a little
not right now. Not right now because I'm still finishing. It's the stuff I gotta put up for.
Okay. So look, straight up.
Is Master Fauntleroy inside the History Museum?
Nah.
Look, Hutch D, who happens to be 1/3 of the Bankers Club, amazing trio of educators and informers, have actually created a metaverse of Black history. He created his own metaverse of Black history, and I was so grateful to be privy to just a step up and just a little peek. I got a peek. And I can't wait till I get to go visit and venture in. And there's an amazing video that comes because when you take your time, you can. Because of him, I am actually embracing the technology wrapped in some of this. Because you guys know I'm an investor. I love to invest, but now I'm beginning to develop, and part of that is what we want to see happening for our kids: development in this space. We want to see our cohort. We want to see our co-neighbors developing these things. This is what Black history is about. Our theme for the next month is going to be re-envisioning Black Wall Street. Sup, LJ?
LJ in the building.
That's right. That's a Bankers Club in the building. And so while we're re-envisioning it, we're going to be visioning it. It's going to be visual. You're going to get to see people who are the new Black Wall Street. So y'all better get on these meetings. And if you are included, if you would like to be included in this, you have to make sure you book with us so we can get you on one of those weekends. That's right. Tell people what you're up to. Yes, Lev.
Also, if any business owner out there that wants to create a metaverse space, please reach out to me on my Facebook or reach out to the Bankers Club. Basically, we can get a price going, and you guys can orchestrate that. We go straight.
Yes.
Well, you let them know what
Yes.
your name is on Facebook.
Metaverses are better than websites, baby.
My name is Hutchin D. That's HUTCHIN capital DEE on Facebook and on
That's
Instagram
right.
and also on Facebook as well.
That
Gonna give some love. Gonna give some love. Here we go. Miss Karen is so excited for you, bro. Yes.
Congrats.
Here we go. That's what's up. Now, let me explain something. We're almost at the top of the hour, but I started this segment. We started with a video, and we're gonna complete with that video as well, because something is important. I need us to not forget. Black history is about you and I. It's not about the past. It's about the effects that happened to us a long time as a people, but what became of us today, so that what becomes of us tomorrow is beyond the wildest dream. And don't get it twisted. There are those who will try to continue to hold back the dream. But remember, it's the dream that's too hard to get rid of. See, the reality doesn't happen until the dream takes place. You have to decide what is your dream, and then you have to speak it, because that's when no one can kill it, when it's out here. You ever hear some people say you can't take things back when you say it? When something come out your mouth, you can't take it back.
Yeah,
it's very true.
Yeah,
very true.
We rethink things all the time. We rethink things, get reprogrammed, all of that all the time. But the minute you say it, aren't you kind of pegged to it?
You own it. You own it once you put it out there in the public.
I'm excited because Brother Hutch just took that next step. He's going to be teaching businesses how to build metaverses for their websites. Now, what I told him is really interesting is when you place your metaverse for your business on your digital land. And people can now find your real business in your digital land. Come on, somebody, let's get it going. We told y'all we was going to come strong with it. Tonight, we were not remembering the past. We are living through the past. When is it time for us to live through once again the past? Because it is our past that makes our future so much brighter.
Absolutely. And this is Black History Month, and one of the things that has really been sitting with me this month was there are people that we currently stand on the shoulders of. There are people that we currently stand, and I don't want people to think if you have notoriety,
right,
those are the only people's shoulders that you stood on. They're just people that have come before you that have made significant strides to make you who you are today. And you have to pay homage to them in Black history as well. We all know Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, MLK, Malcolm X,
yep.
Booker T. Washington, right. W.E.B. Du Bois. We know all those people. But what happened to the people that came between them? The
That's
people
right.
who directly impacted who you are today.
That's right.
You also stand on those shoulders as well. So I want you to remember them as you go through this period of what we call Black History Month. Whether it be your mom, your dad, your grandmother. Let me tell you personally, I couldn't even give accolades to my grandmother as much as she's given me. I wish I could give her flowers today, but the good Lord called her many moons ago, but she's an angel on my shoulder on a regular basis. So
exactly.
I want y'all to get that. So don't forget the people that give them flowers.
That's right.
Give them their flowers now. Let them know.
Give our love. So I want to just complete with definitely, we're continuing to teach technology. We're continuing to teach cryptocurrency and financial literacy every Monday and Friday. Tonight is Crypto Boomers. Immediately after this at 9 p.m., get yourself a pen and paper. and a calculator and sit in on Crypto
Absolutely.
Boomers so you can learn how this crypto game is changing lives. We will be giving away, we're also giving away for the next 24 hours. We're letting people know we have a sponsor that's offering a unlimited fire stick. Here I go. Unlimited net, streaming service called called
One TV.
One TV World. Sorry, I'm just getting the hang of this. So One TV World is giving away streaming unlimited through our program. If you would like to try 30 days of unlimited streaming to see how you can save money from a high table bill or high technology bill, you can probably catch on. Come on out and I'll get you that. We'll get you that. No credit card needed. But this is only for people who are involved. It ends on Sunday, unfortunately. We will have to complete the process on Sunday. So if you call us by Sunday or you get involved and connect with us, email as well. We'll be more than happy to send you the information.
Absolutely.
And share it. This is for sharing. This is for sharing. While we have it right now, I've got several more that I can access. So I have to have the calls in order to get as many out. 30 days of trying something that you're already doing, probably paying twice the amount for, is a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Okay, but that's for us to give away. We love you very much. We always want to see you do your very best. And every time you save a dime, that's an investment for your future in crypto or anything else you want. Let's get it popping, nigga family. We don't just talk about it, we be about it, and we always will. I have to say goodnight because I got to get ready for class, and we want to give you guys some love. Mr. Hutch, go ahead. Let them know.
Well, I didn't get a chance to do my proper intro, but Hutchie D, aka HD, coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio. I'm proud. I'm glad to be on Collective Enlightenment tonight. I'm glad we had this wonderful conversation about what's going on, and also tune in. Make sure you guys tune in for all the rest of the P2G wonderful lineup, and also tune in next week on Rapper Crypto as well too, because we have the host of Muse Place coming.
Yes, private metaverses.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So this is Ruby T coming to you straight from the crypto queen of Harlem, comes to you straight from New York. Yes, the hood, baby. Mr. Thomas, go for it.
Yes. This is the Gold Banger coming to you live 1 gram at a time. And I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for crypto training, Binance, and the Forex chart system.
All right. Get in.
Where is she? Come on back, peaceful. Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
CASHAPP.
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. And you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad.
And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone. And I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Shine stars like the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the